Okay, wrestling fans, I think we have to rally together, and I guess the voice of reason once again is me. This Tom Segura, is he a shock jock? Is this 1994? Is he the grease man at DC 101? Is he Don and Mike? Is he Howard Stern wannabe number 1066? And his wife Christina, who apparently was reporting that she had gone to a pro wrestling show and she actually had a good time, probably a better time than she has in the sack with good old Tom. And she was trying to tell the nice little anecdote, and Tom, with his boisterous ways, kept interrupting her and calling wrestling fans nasty words and you know, revealing that it's fake. Wow, Tom, you're a fucking rocket science. Tist. No wonder all the hair in your head must have fallen out, because you're so smart, the hair couldn't stay in your head. Now, I don't want to bald shame anyone, because I know we're in a very sensitive era where I just bald shamed this Tom fellow. Well, oh fucking well. Now, guess who comes swooping in to see this as an opportunity to make sweet lemonade out of bitter lemons? Good old Nick Nesmith himself, Mr. Underutilized Talent, Mr. WWE Loyalist, even though they treat him like shit year in and year out. Dolph Ziggler himself, wanting to be on the show, this Tom show, because he's such a influential comedian. Okay, and look, folks, no offense, but stand-up comedy died in 1994 with Sam Kinison and his wife and his wife's sister, who he was also fucking. That's the day the goddamn comedy died, okay? So go to Chuckles or go to Laugh-A-Lots or whatever the fuck, Comedy Club, Nick Dinsmore, whatever the fuck, and try to do your goddamn comedy, but nobody thinks you're funny except for Amy Schumer, who steals jokes, and so forth. So, I guess Dolph, being part of the dying WWE, now he wants to be a part of the dying pro wrestling comedy worlds, both of them. So, wrestling fans, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Many of you reported that you've never heard of this Tom fuck in the first place, like I hadn't. But perhaps you can boycott his show if you listen. Perhaps you can boycott the products being advertised. Because not only did he diminish professional wrestling, he also diminished the Special Olympics. He took great pride in comparing pro wrestling fans and pro wrestling to the Special Olympics. He took great pride in using the word, quote, retard, quote. He used the word retard, quote, as a derogatory term. So, is that the type of guy you want Nick Nesmith or Dolph Ziggler hanging out with? And I'm sure they'll have some buddy-buddy, kiss-ass fucking conversation and everything will be forgotten. Just like that asshole on Saturday Night Live came to Monday Night Raw and no sold the choke from Braun Strowman, okay, and expose the business, and then of course the WWE, their fancy goddamn editing, edits out the fact that the guy no-sold the choke, and Roman Reigns being edited out of the WrestleMania match. So folks, you're being manipulated, your mind is being destroyed by the WWE and all these other assholes, and what the fuck else. Okay folks, a little time for house cleaning. I hate to call anybody out, but a fellow wrestling fan in one of these groups made a conversational topic, which was, you know, basically Intercontinental Champions of the early days versus what he was trying to say. Well, what he said was current IC champions. And he was listing what he called current IC champions against IC champions of the early days. And the problem with this post, and so he was listing like Shawn Michaels versus The Miz and different types of matches, which is fine. It's fantasy warfare. But buddy, old pal, what I tried to explain to this guy You can't have more than one current IC champion. Current means now, present tense. Who is the IC champion now, which I guess is Sami Zayn. Although there's rumors or whatever that he won't be back for a while. So how can there be more than one current champion? Now, what I tried to explain to this gentleman is you can use the term modern day champions, recent, modern age, contemporary. Any of those words or terms could be substituted for the word current, and his post would make sense. But he got all defensive and angry and saying I'm being, quote, a dick, quote. I'm not being a dick. I'm trying to defend society. I'm trying to defend the human English language. So don't blame me that I have the vocabulary and try to explain to a gentleman how to properly make his statement. Don't get mad at me because I'm trying to help, okay? And don't say I'm trying to be a dick. I'm trying to help you expand your vocabulary and use words properly. I mean, the other thing was, he was saying things like Kurt Angle was on his current IC champion side. And I'm thinking, wasn't Kurt Angle the last time Kurt Angle was Intercontinental Champion, by my memory, was maybe WrestleMania 16 or shortly thereafter. He hasn't had the damn thing in 20 years. So it makes little sense. So I'm trying to help this gentleman not prove Tom Segura and his wife correct when they call us pro wrestling fans, quote, retards, quote. Enjoy your wrestling weekend.